I actually don't think that most people have a manifestation problem. They have an identity problem. So you can script, or you can affirm, or you can do all of the manifestation techniques. But if your identity is not in line with what you are manifesting, then your manifestation either is not going to come through or you're not going to be able to sustain it. And that's why I actually teach conscious creation and not just manifestation. So, what is the difference, even? Manifestation is an aspect of conscious creation, and manifestation is something that we do all of the time. You're either manifesting something positive into your life, something neutral, or something negative, but you're always manifesting your external reality. So it's not just the car or the relationship or the house or the job. You're actually manifesting every moment of every day, but through your identity, not just when you are saying your affirmations. You're constantly manifesting. Now, the thing about conscious creation is that you are part of the creator, right? You are part of creation. You are part of source. It teaches that you are an aspect of God, essentially. You're an extension of God. You are the son or the daughter of God, meaning that you are not apart from God. It's not separate from you. It's this divine intelligence, this divine force that runs through all of us. We all have access to it in equal measure. So nobody is less than or more than. And all of us have this creative power within us. And when you are consciously creating your life, that means you are aware of this fact. You are aware that you are part of God, that you're part of that creator, that creative force. And so you also have the power to create from that place. And so that's a really important distinction, because when you're manifesting, you're just manifesting usually from a state of lack, right? Because you want this thing in your life, you want this thing to either make you happy or to improve your life. But when you are consciously creating your life, you understand that you are part of God, and that what you are conscious of being will be then created in your external reality. So that conscious creative power can flow through you into your external reality, but it depends on your consciousness. So, who you are aware or conscious of being on a daily basis. So, it's about allowing that sacred force, that sacred energy to flow through you into your life and to create beautiful things all of the time. So I'm going to be looking down at my notes as well. Um, but, this is what conscious creation is. It is being aware of who you are being on a daily basis. And through that state of being, that is what you're creating from. So, if, for example, if you are aware of being wealthy, then your external reality has to reflect that wealth back to you. If you are aware of being in a loving, beautiful relationship, then your external reality has to reflect that back to you. So, I want to talk about the manifestation and conscious creation again, in the sense that manifestation is focused more so on getting something, right? It usually, like I said, comes from a state of lack, and you're focused on bringing something into your reality to make it better, to bring more happiness, etc. But conscious creation focuses more so on who you are being rather than what you're getting. So let me give you more examples. When you're manifesting, let's say you're manifesting a car because you want to feel a little bit more elevated, you want to feel like you have some status, like you have some luxury, comfort maybe, and you think that that thing will make you feel good, right? But when you are consciously creating your life, you are aware of being someone who naturally has luxurious things, who naturally receives um, the vehicles that she needs in order to live a comfortable life, right? Who naturally has transportation because she naturally has the money, or the resources to have this thing in her life. So it more naturally flows into her life because she's already aware that she is someone who this is natural and easy for. But if you're manifesting from lack, from oh, I don't have this thing, and you're trying to pull it in, like I said, it's either not going to come in or it's going to come in and then somehow you end up sabotaging having that thing. Which brings me to my second point. So, your identity determines what you can sustain in your life. And so, a really good example of this is winning the lottery, right? We have so many different examples of people who win the lottery, but then end up broke again a few years later. And that is because the identity that they have when they won the lottery was not able to sustain that money when it comes in. And so they end up sabotaging unconsciously and losing all the money again or spending all of the money, right? It's because their identity is probably still based in lack. And so, if your identity is based in lack and you win $1 million, your nervous system is not going to be able to handle having that $1 million. Your nervous system is going to go haywire and essentially have you spend it all because it's uncomfortable to have so much of it, or have you lose it all gambling, or have some crazy things happening in your external reality where you actually just end up having to, pay for a bunch of things. Maybe like there's a huge lawsuit or, a tragedy or something or other. Um, don't wish that on anybody, but it happens all the time when we are trying to manifest these things from a lack mentality or a lack mindset or a lack identity. So it's so important that we adjust and shift our identity when we are manifesting, when we're consciously creating our life, right? We're not just manifesting to get a specific thing. Um, So, another reason that I teach conscious creation now is because your identity, when you're aligned with the higher identity or the identity of the person who has the thing, it actually removes resistance. So, shifting your identity is much easier. Is much easier of a place to manifest from because it removes resistance. So, for example, if you are shifting into the identity of, let's say, like you want a successful business, for example, but your identity is not lined up with that, you're still going to have thoughts and beliefs around, like, I'm not good enough. What if nobody wants to, buy my thing? Um, what if I'm afraid of being seen? Like, I hope people choose me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're still carrying those limiting beliefs. And because of that, you're you're not going to be able to manifest that successful business until you shift your identity or sustain that successful business, right? A lot of, people become successful and then they lose it all. And that's usually because their identity is not lined up with that success. So instead, you want to shift your identity first and become a successful business person and to see yourself, to be conscious of being a successful business person and or a businesswoman. And once you see yourself as that, everything related to the business starts to become easier. So, creating the content becomes easier, doing the financials becomes easier, doing the sales becomes easier because you are lined up with that identity of already being a successful businesswoman. And so it's just easy and natural for you to do the things that a successful business person would do, right? it's like you don't have to force anything if your identity is lined up with what you want. If your identity is lined up with what you want, everything just happens naturally and easily, and you don't have to fight anything, you don't have to force anything. It's really so beautiful. And I wish I had come across this earlier because I spent lots of years um, fighting my reality. So, another reason that I love teaching conscious creation is because your identity manifests your entire reality, your entire lifestyle. And I mentioned this, but who you are conscious of being is affecting your thoughts, which impacts your beliefs, which then changes your behavior, and which also, getting into the ethereal, it changes your energy and it changes the opportunities that you attract. It changes the opportunities that you are able to see, that you are able to accept because you're more confident, because you're lined up with that identity. It changes the opportunities that are coming in, the people that are coming into your life. It literally changes your entire perception of reality and your experience of reality. So, the really cool thing about this is that you're not just manifesting one little thing, right? So, if you want the car, you're not just manifesting the car. Like, you don't have to manifest one thing at a time. You manifest the car, then you manifest the partner, then you manifest the health, then you manifest the happy family, whatever it is. You don't have to manifest one thing at a time. When you're creating, you're consciously creating from your identity, then you just shift into who that person is, and all of a sudden, your world, your reality is realigning itself to show you and to bring you all of the things that are aligned with that identity. So, for example, if you say to yourself, or if you become the identity of someone who is deeply loved and emotionally secure, then all of a sudden you're going to not only be manifesting your partner into your life, you're going to manifest more stable friendships. You're going to manifest, I'm getting chills, you're going to manifest more stable business partnerships. You're going to manifest a more stable family life, a more emotionally secure family life, like a circle of friends who you actually trust and feel connected with, and like who have your back. Like you feel loved by everyone in your life. It's not just the one thing that you were focused on. It's a whole identity, it's a whole ecosystem that then gets created for you. So this is why I love teaching conscious creation, because like your identity is literally everything. It's all about who you are conscious of being. And like I said, when you are consciously creating your reality, like you're actively shifting your perception, right? So your identity doesn't just change what you attract, it changes what you notice as well, which means that your brain is constantly looking for validation of or confirmation of your new identity. And if you have the identity of someone who's always like struggling, then you're going to see in your reality, you're going to get that confirmation of someone who's always struggling, right? Like you're always going to have things happen that are, that make life more difficult for you. And that is how you are going to perceive your reality. But if you're coming from the identity of someone who everything is easy for, then you are going to manifest into your life or create into your life these experiences where everything flows, everything's easier. I am someone who flows with life, or I am someone like I'm someone for whom everything comes easily and effortlessly and with grace, right? And then you start attracting all of these beautiful experiences where things just flow, things just work out, things are easy, and it's so good. So your perception has essentially shifted, and your perception then changes the reality, changes your personal reality as well. All right. So conscious creation also includes your manifestation, um, like I mentioned. And this is important because, again, like you are manifesting constantly, right? You're always manifesting. Um, but consciously creating means you understand that you are a creator in your life. It means that when you are conscious of who you are being on a day to day and a moment to moment basis, you are creating the life that you desire from who you are being. You're not manifesting one thing at a time, and you don't have to like put so much effort into um, these like individual manifestations. It's also, and this is a really important point, but it's also that it is so much more empowering to manifest through your identity, to consciously create your life because you're not seeking validation outside of yourself. So, when a lot of times when people are manifesting, they they're always looking for, oh, I did this technique and I did it 5 times and it's not here yet. Where is it? And then you go to the tarot readings and the psychics and you're like, well, where is it? And you're looking for signs everywhere. And it's like, okay, where is the thing? I'm waiting for the thing. Like, when is it going to come through? When is it happening? And so you're essentially outsourcing your power to the universe, which doesn't actually work that way, right? Like you are the universe. The universe works through you, not the other way around. It's not going to just thrust things upon you. That's a whole nother conversation, by the way, if you do have that happen. Um, it's not just going to thrust things upon you and you have to like receive whatever is given to you. I mean, most people operate in their lives that way, but that's not the only way to to live your life. So you don't have to outsource your power to the universe, or even to God, because remember, you are part of God. So instead of outsourcing your power and then looking for the manifestation and waiting for it, etc., 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 you accept the fact that you are part of creation. You are part of the creator, and so you also get to create using that divine energy and letting that flow through you. And this is such an empowered place to create from because now you know that your entire reality is influenced by who you perceive yourself to be, what your current consciousness is. So if you are conscious of being someone who is happy and healthy and thriving, your external reality has to reflect that back to you. And yes, there's a little bit of a delay with the 3D, um, but it will start showing you these things um, in a very physical 3D way, like little bits and pieces at a time. It'll start with your dreams, and then you'll start seeing like little confirmations in your 3D reality of like reflecting your identity back to you. And you'll know that it's not from some random source outside of you, but that you actually helped to co create that change in your life with Source, with God. So I find this incredibly, incredibly powerful, and I will never stop talking about it because I feel like I hit the jackpot or something with this because life is just so much easier when you're consciously creating it versus just trying to manifest all of the things into your life. And yeah, like, and instead of asking yourself like, how do I manifest more money, or how do I manifest my partner, like where are they, You have to ask yourself, like, who is the woman who already has the partner? Who is the woman who is happily married? Who is the woman who naturally is wealthy or has a lot of money? Who is the woman who is naturally successful? Who do I need to be in order to create this reality, in order to consciously create this reality? So that is the question that I will leave you with. Who are you choosing to be today?